Oh my god, this week's chapter of One Piece, it is nothing but action-packed, and that's gonna cause some chaos. I mean, I was reading this chapter maybe twice, 3, 4, 5 times, and I still might miss some things here and there. But anyway, it starts off with Law versus Doflamingo, and while they're fighting, Law's asking Doflamingo, hey, what do you think of Monkey D. Luffy? You know, the D is here. How are you reacting? Because he remembers, like, in a certain land, there are people who are afraid of the D because it's their natural enemy, God's natural enemy. And he, puts it together that Tenryubuto are afraid of the D, and, he just figured out Doflamingo is a Tenryubuto. And Doflamingo's saying, I don't care. Do you really believe that, old story that the D's are, the ones who are to take down gods, the ones that I share blood with? I don't believe it. But as soon as Law says, well, I'm a D too, Doflamingo's face just like, what? Oh God, it's like, he is afraid of D, of the name D. So clearly, he was just putting up front, in front of Law just to make sure he doesn't, show any weakness. But there it is. Like, he just showed Law and all of us that he understands, like, even if there's a slight chance, anyone who shares the blood with a Tenryubuto should be afraid of anyone with the D in their name. But either way, as soon as that's done, we go off to see the rest of Dressrosa and all the chaos that's spreading. I like to see that Sabo is out there helping the civilians escape. It's like, it just shows just how great the revolutionaries are. It's like, yes, they are taking a lot of governments away from the world government, and that's causing anarchy and chaos, but they're doing it for a good cause. They believe the world government is suppressing people, oppressing them even to some certain extent, and they're trying to free them. So it's nice to see that they're willing to even stop by and help the normal civilian people every now and then. Or maybe that's just Sabo. I have no idea. Because we see Koala running off doing something. Maybe she's going to do something else. Maybe complete whatever mission Sabo's supposed to complete, because he won't do it. He's out there saving people. But who knows. And then everyone else is out there just fighting different enemies. It's just like everyone going after everyone. Cavendish ends up fighting Gladius. Lao Ji fighting Don Qingzhao. Baby 5, I think she was fighting Don Qingzhao's grandson, and she stopped saying, what did you just say? And I'm thinking, like, did he say he wanted to get married or he needed something? I have no idea. But I know that's going to end up doing something. And I see Bartolomeo blocking off some more soldiers and telling Robin to go off, ahead. So maybe she's going to end up fighting with someone, or, against someone, or at least helping, playing a support. I have no idea. But it's like little panels can lead to, a major plot point in the story. And that's why it's so hard to focus on one thing, because there's just so much going on. And I even find out that Dellinger is a half fish man. Now, I didn't really get that the first time I met him. He's like, I just thought he was just a regular kid. Well, as regular as someone who likes to wear Speedos and high pumps, can get. But either way. And then, again, I really want to see the fight between Frankie and Senor Pink, because it is just hilarious. As few panels as there are focused on those two, every single one is just gold. I mean, my God. It looks like Senor Pink is in a losing battle because he's bleeding and he's kind of, shaking like, oh, it's getting hard to stand up. Frankie's still looking strong. But I think it's because Senor Pink is just standing there taking the blows to prove he's a man. Because it shows, like, Frankie punching Senor Pink, like, really hard, like, no holding back. And then there's a cat behind Senor Pink. And I'm thinking, like, why is the cat there? Just surprised that these two are fighting. But then Senor Pink is like, don't worry, kitty. You're fine. Or I'm fine. I don't know exactly what he was doing. Maybe he was protecting the cat from Frankie's careless punch. Or maybe he was just telling the cat that he's fine. But the cat's crying and goes off. And Frankie's like, oh, he's such a good person. And Senor Pink's fangirls is like, oh, Senor Pink, you're so amazing. It was just like, oh my God, what is going on? I mean, what is with that fight? First they're ballet dancing, then one of them's kissing a giant female, and another's protecting little kittens. It's just like, I really want to see a full fight of those two. Really, it's just hilarious. But either way, you know, there's just mass chaos, and Diamante's still out there, Treble's out there, Pika and Zoro are still fighting, and it looks like I don't know who's screaming. Maybe it's Viola who's telling Usopp about what's going on. But someone says that fight is coming to a close. So it makes me think, so does that mean Zoro and Pika's fight is going to end first? Is it that close to ending? Like, my God, that's kind of quick. Because it even looks, when it shows a close-up of their face, it looks like they're tired, or they're really, you know, already to their limit. You know, with the lines, you know, the kind of like messed up scars every now and the bruises on their faces. I don't know. But, you know, that'll be a quick fight because we barely got any of that. Then again, you know, with Giant Stone Statue, maybe that was pretty much a fight too. But either way. And then it goes back to Law and Doflamingo. And, you know, they're just fighting. You know, Doflamingo's like, oh, Law, you had a secret name. You bastard. You tricky little bastard. And, you know, while they're fighting, it's like, you're not going to get the better of me, stuff like that. And then in the middle of the fight, Treble just screams, look out, Doflamingo, you're in his area of attack. And I'm thinking, he's like, how does he know that? It's like, okay, so maybe Treble also has observation hockey, you know. He is one of the top executives. He has to have some sort of hockey to keep up with Doflamingo. But, you know, why doesn't Doflamingo have it too? Or maybe he's just distracted by the fact that he just figured out Law is a D as well. But either way, you know, because it's so much chaos going on and so many reveals here and there that even I would be distracted by even the smallest details. Like, oh, I can't focus on the fight because there's just so much going on. But either way, you know, Law gets one damn good hit and he's like, injection, shot, and just like, I'm guessing like it's supposed to be like a sword or like a bullet going right through Doflamingo. You know, it's kind of going right here between the side. And just like, ouch. And even Doflamingo's like, damn, he got me. It's like, oh my God. There's just chaos everywhere. And Law is determined to take down Doflamingo. In fact, if anything, he seems to be the one who has the most cause to take down Doflamingo right now. I mean, sure, Luffy usually is the one who takes on the big bad, but that's only because he's the only one who's able and has the most motivation. He has to protect a friend. He has to help a friend protect the country. But this time, he's really doesn't have the biggest reason to take down Doflamingo, other than he's done a couple bad things here and there, but he isn't really putting anyone, you know, he loves in danger, except for maybe Law. But Law is able to take care of himself. So it makes me wonder, like, is Law going to be the one to take the Doflamingo? I mean, it would make the most sense, and it'd be the most satisfying, because Doflamingo has affected Law more than anyone, more than Luffy, or anyone Luffy knows. So it would be, you know, the most satisfying if Law did take down Doflamingo himself. With a couple of assists from Luffy, of course. And because it wouldn't make sense that if Luffy came back, they just switched and Luffy was the one to take down Doflamingo and Law just took down Treble. That's it. It's like, oh no, that's kind of feels weird. But I don't know, maybe if it does end up that way, that is one hell of a twist. I mean, a lot of shonens don't allow side characters, or at least, you know, secondary main characters, to be the one to take down the big bad. So if that happens here, you know, my God, it'd be like one hell of a amazing turn of events. I just, but again, who knows? Maybe it'll end up the same, you know, same formula. Luffy takes on Doflamingo at the end. I have no idea. But all I know is just there's chaos. It's exciting. I can't keep up with all of it. It's just, my heart is constantly pumping of adrenaline every time I'm reading one of these chapters, and it's glorious. I love every second of it, and I can't wait for the next one. So, oh my God. Until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.